I'm Jason.
I'm Adam.
And I'm usually Dave from the Digital Soup Podcast.
A proud member of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're listening to now.
The opinions expressed are those of each individual. Check out all the other podcasts
At GonnaGeek.com and get ready because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
And I hit the wrong intro. We'll just pretend that that was right. We're fucking it all up today. I'll fix it in post. I don't care.
We did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We're not in control unless we're out of control.
Yeah, you can tell I wasn't feeling well yesterday because I screwed up everything with the intro. Welcome to episode 290, the one where Chris screws everything up because I didn't get the video transitions right. I didn't get the intro audios right. And it's a positive sign.
Personally,
I think
we
I
already
like that
used
when
that
you
last-
sent us the show notes this morning, you didn't actually send us anything.
Yeah, so episode 290, Chris screws everything up. That's the title we're going with because it seems accurate right now.
Let's have an awesome moisty episode.
Oh, God. Damn it. It's not even that I dislike that word. It's just why, though. Just why.
Your reaction, that's why.
Oh, your face is why.
That's not very nice.
Are you saying my face is very moist? Thank you.
I mean, do you use moisturizer? It probably is then.
Hell no, I don't.
Does Willie look like he uses moisturizer?
He might.
I think we're
She never
lucky if
felt my
Willie
skin
uses
that well.
soap.
I mean, let's be honest. He doesn't have much face that's not covered by beard. How's he going to moisturize?
That's true. That's fair. That's a fair point.
Bring it all the way up to be a...
I'm so we talked about this last week, so if you're not watching the live show, but I'm in an armchair now in my office, which is great, except for the fact that it leans back, so I have to constantly keep adjusting the microphone. And now I can't move it anymore because all the Christmas presents are on this side because I'm hiding them.
Spoiler alert, if you're listening, Keith, don't go in Naki's office.
No, he knows it's in here. He doesn't. He knows. I just haven't unsealed the box that his is in.
He's
so
not there
I'm
doing the
hoping
little
that it's
shake to
fine.
figure out what's inside.
It wouldn't help him anyways, but he's not here, so I can talk about this shit. Although he's probably gonna listen later. Shit, he doesn't know which box.
Well, that doesn't mean he can't snoop and figure it out. So, Keith, your mission, figure out what your Christmas present is. Report
Dang
into us
it.
next week.
If you choose to accept it.
No, he doesn't get a choice. Do it.
I see what you did there.
Do it. Do it.
This podcast will explode in 3, 2. What comes after 2?
I don't have a bump for that. I'm sorry.
I thought you would have a Naki saying you're just stupid.
Oh, I do have that one. I mean, do you want that one?
That would have been good.
I don't know where it went.
I screamed. Did it explode? I did the thing.
Oh, there it is. I found the stupid
Nope,
button.
my underwear is still dry.
Oh damn.
So, before we get started with actual show stuff, how's everything going, everyone? What's new? Anything exciting?
The holidays are killing me, man.
I know that feeling.
My hand is killing me.
Well, maybe
Paid
stop.
overtime at work. Woo!
Oh, that's the best.
Yay!
I love
For the
paid
first
overtime.
time in 8 years.
Damn.
Since we're talking about work and overtime, I didn't get overtime, but I had to stay for about an hour and 45 minutes later on Friday.
For
You wanna get-
funsies.
I don't know if you got any of this, Chris, but we had some winter weather.
Oh, I saw pictures from down your way. I didn't get anything on Friday. I got a little bit last night rather.
I kept on going all the way to like yesterday, like about the old evening. Yeah, just
This
started
is
coming
sad.
down.
I
had
live the
one
most
last-
north of all of us and the highest elevation. We haven't had snow yet.
Yeah,
Wait, you're even more north of Chicago?
Yeah.
I don't know geography at all.
No, it's
No.
okay.
No,
we
you
don't, we
don't.
don't expect you to. I don't know if you guys had seen yesterday on Twitter, but John Boyega almost got stuck in Atlanta the night of the Star Wars Last Jedi premiere. Like, he was tweeting about the fact that he was stuck, and he's like, I literally need a pilot. I need a ship, and I need a pilot.
That's awesome.
Well,
Oh, did you
let me
guys
just
see
tell you.
the actress that plays Rose?
Kelly Marie Tran, I think is her name.
Yeah, like all the videos of her last night. Apparently, she was just so happy she couldn't stop from crying. Like she was hugging Ray, she was hugging one of the producers, and all the videos of her like she's bawling, but it's because she's so fucking happy. She's like, I'm at a Star Wars premiere. I'm in Star Wars. Like it was so cool to see because it was just no bullshit, no agents in the way, no fake attitude. She was literally like bawling because she was happy. It was so cool.
It was a cool moment. Yeah, I didn't watch a ton of coverage from it, mostly because I was afraid of what I might accidentally happen upon. That was my concern.
Yeah, we now have a week of trying to avoid the internet. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, that's going to be the hard thing. That's going to be the real difficult thing, is avoiding the internet. But hey, it's interesting that we mentioned the Star Wars premiere. It's almost like we knew it was coming up in the
Double news. Woo!
Oh shit, wrong button.
I was trying to tell a story, but fuck you guys.
Go ahead and tell your story. I just fucked up the organic transition.
So, North Carolinians, they're the best drivers when it snows just the tiniest bit, aren't they?
Just like all drivers in the South.
This is why I started talking about something important, because Willie wanted to talk about weather.
Oh, I'm getting to that. No, it's more about road rage. So I have one last run to do in the very last thing in my job. It's like, all right, I got this. I'll be back within plenty of time, no problems. I head on down this two-way road, and this motherfucker wants to go 20 miles an hour down a 50-mile-an-hour road.
Well, how much snow was on the ground?
None. It wasn't really accumulating. Maybe some in the grass at this point, but it was like as soon as it hits asphalt, it's water. It's very moist. And so it took me a while just to get around, just to pass this motherfucker. And as soon as I do, I'm like hitting 50. Not because it's like, it's 50, I can go. No, just I go as fast as I feel like I'm safe. Like as long as I'm in control and everything. And I'm like, why the fuck is this person going 20 in a 350Z?
Well, that's probably why, if they're in crappy weather and are driving a sports car, you don't want to go fast in that.
Yeah, but 20. And anyway, I get to a place finally, and I start head back, and it's about a good 15 minutes. That 15 minutes turned into about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because more people. There's a longer line of cars, so I couldn't pass any of them. I was like, you god damn it. And then, of course, there was a wreck somewhere around the way. There was a Jeep right in the middle of the damn road. I have no idea how that happened. There's another car parked off to the side, another car parked into a driveway. I'm like, is there a wreck that happened? Why is this Jeep just stopped catty-cornered in the middle of the road? Whatever. Yeah, so fuck you people in North Carolina that don't know how to fucking drive.
Well, Willie, you live in the South. People don't see snow there very often. I know. I used to live in Alabama. We saw snow once when I lived in Alabama. And then everyone acted like the dusting of snow we had was the end of times. If they left their house, they would all die because they would wipe out in the middle of nothing. I'm like, dude, just drive at a reasonable speed. You'll be fine. Don't go out there on bald tires in your truck. Don't go out there on bald tires in your sports car. Oh, I can't do it. I'm going to die. I'm like, dude, you want to come live in the north? And then this is the most stereotypical thing ever to say, but like, why don't you come in the north where we'll get like 6 inches in a night? And we're like, oh shit, I guess I better dig out. I got to go to work still.
Yeah, what was it? 1 or 2 years ago when Atlanta had Snowmageddon.
Well, they had
and it was
like 5 to 11 inches supposedly.
Well, but the start of it was a half inch of snow on the freeway, and they literally had cars backed up for miles.
Well, that's
and
just Atlanta normally.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
at that
true.
point, like we were literally under 2 feet of snow in Boise. They got a half inch, and it shut down the entire fucking city. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, you're dealing with people
on
that
the
have
other
never
side-
experienced it before. It's the same principle you have of it's raining real heavy out, so you've got the morons that decide they have to drive super fast to get out of the rain quicker. Not because it's safer, but because like I've got to get the hell out of this, that then cause an accident somewhere that then screws up everything.
Is that what those morons are thinking?
I honestly
to
think so.
defend the whole land thing, like they're not set up to equip. They don't have the right equipment to deal with snow at all. Like they don't have all the salt and trucks and everything.
You don't need salt or trucks when it's a half inch of snow. You just fucking drive.
Trust me, I know that. You know that. I can drive in it. Like it's like as soon as it hits the road, it's fucking water. It's moist.
I see what you did there.
But seriously, like it's not sticking to the road at all. Like I don't understand people.
Everything's difficult.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Pretty much.
fuck people. 2 billion less of them. This world will be a better place.
All right.
That's true.
All right, then. Since I have no better way to transition out of that, I'm just going to hit the button.
It'd be a moister
buttons.
place.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet. It's the news of the week.
I actually have a question now.
Uh-oh. What's your question, Naki?
How would it be moisture? I want Willie's explanation on how this world would be a moisture place if there was 2 billion less people.
All right, you're not going to like the explanation, but I do have one for you.
Because he's going to blow each of them up. So they'll just this spray of blood.
Thank you for putting up at the end of that. Thank you so much.
Willie's going to blow everybody. It'll be a moisture world.
That's a better explanation than
it
the
works.
blood.
No, but my explanation is this episode, I'm going to try and say moist and moisty as much as possible. That's the only explanation I really have. Just to annoy just those stupid ass people like, I can't take this word. It's a fucking word. Sorry, the vibrations coming from my throat are offending you.
I don't think it's offensive. I think it's just gross.
Yeah, I don't think it's... Yeah, like Naki said, people are grossed out by it because you get a lot of people who go, ugh, if someone says it.
And that's actually been scientifically proven as to why people get grossed out by it.
But once again, it's just vibrations coming from my throat.
You know what else is vibrations coming from your throat?
Oh, no.
When you're blowing 2 billion people.
That's a good one. I'll let that slide. I can't be angry at an old lady in an armchair.
How can you be?
You win. You win. Who wants to
For
go first?
those
with their-
listening, Naki is back to looming, knitting. I don't know the difference.
Loom knitting. It's the same thing. And this is my second hat of the week. So the first one.
For those on audio, Naki's trying to find said hat.
Which is a green and black one that I did earlier this week.
Nice. It's an Oscar the Grouch hat.
Yeah. I need
That
to.
was good.
Thanks. I need to make a bobble for the top.
I was gonna say, yeah. Where's the fuzzball?
I still need to make it. Those I just kind of do in a batch at the end, and I need to make one for my friend. So
Is she showing me my Christmas present? Naki, you shouldn't have.
I haven't made yours yet.
Don't
Willie.
worry, she didn't.
She's not. That's okay.
That one's too small. That's a child size hat.
Are you assuming the size of my head?
Yes.
Well, we have met you before and seen your
That
head.
is true. I didn't think of that through.
Yeah.
And yes, it is a very big head. Are we into the news of the week or something?
I
don't
tried.
I had a
Allegedly.
question. I had a question, and then we ran with it. And we're the best at being a professional podcast.
We're the most professional podcast out there.
Mhm. Should I put on my Snuggie too?
I need to get a onesie.
Why do I get the feeling Willie's going to wear a onesie, but it's going to have that flap in the back, and he's going to forget to connect the flap and stand up one day on camera and walk away. And we're like, oh my God!
I have
I
a
don't
feeling
think
if
it's
it
gonna
has
be
the flap on the
forgetting.
bat, he's gonna cut the flap off.
I don't think it's forgetting.
And then women will swoon worldwide.
I don't know
Can
about
I
that.
not be one of those women?
I don't know.
What about the men? I'm pretty sure a lot of men would also swoon.
At least that one guy at the gay bar would.
I mean, you are of the. I think. Would you be considered a bear?
I guess
No,
so,
'cause
because I'm
bear-
big and hairy.
Yeah, he's a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's you've got it. You've probably got a gay following. You just don't know it.
Congratulations, Willie.
Go get you some tweet.
It's always good to
Oh
have
no,
fans.
not Twinks. Twinks kind of freak me out, but that's like the same thing with like the 18-year-old girls on porn sites. I'm like, oh, you guys are just babies. Like,
Not in the eyes of the
Sorry.
law.
Yeah, I'm just not
But
saying
in the
that.
eyes of me, it's babies.
I'm glad I didn't hit the porn bump button. I almost did.
I'm sad you didn't. Does that matter?
Well, what can you do, right? I know what we can do. We can talk about the news of the week. That's what we can do.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been
We
trying
can
to do
try.
that for 10 minutes.
Eh,
3
fine.
minutes.
Fine.
Whatever. Let's start out with a simpler story. Hey, we touched on it at the top of the show. Last night was the premiere in North America for Star Wars The Last Jedi, which means everyone that got to go see it got to put their initial impressions online. There are no spoilers from anything that I witnessed, and I am not going to be looking at much more on the internet because I have muted the hashtag Star Wars, hashtag Last Jedi, and all of that stuff until I see the flick on Thursday or Friday night. But I can tell you that the initial reactions are fairly positive to Rian Johnson's new film, which is coming out, Thursday night? And we'll start with some Twitter comments, just to go through them. James Mangold, who directed Logan, you guys might remember from earlier this year, said, "Massive congrats to my friend Rian Johnson for the dazzling writing and directing work he shared tonight. Yes, a great chapter of a blockbuster franchise, spectacular and unpredictable, but also his own voice shining through. Kudos." I like James Mangold, so that's a good sign right there.
Yeah, he's a talented director.
Markiplier was at the premiere last night.
I think everyone
and
was
everybody
at the damn
said
premiere.
I know.
Everybody important.
It seemed like it.
I'm important, damn it.
Yeah, I'll reiterate, everyone important. So next up, Eric Davis, who's the managing editor of Fandango.com, also followed up and said The Last Jedi is absolutely fantastic, gripping, touching, funny, and powerful with gorgeous shots and the most badass battles. When it gets going, holy crap does it get going. Hands down, the best Star Wars movie since Empire.
So basically, what he's saying, it's a very moist movie.
I get to see it on Thursday. Boyfriend bought the tickets.
I think I'm on Friday. Eric also followed up and said, "Cannot overestimate just how gorgeous this film is. I salute you, Rian Johnson. Some of these shots were all-timers and then some." There's a crap load of comments here, guys. I'm trying to find some of the good ones. The Hollywood Reporter's Aaron Couch, focused specifically on Mark Hamill, said The Last Jedi is satisfying and hands down Mark Hamill's best performance as Luke Skywalker.
But not best performance ever.
Well, I mean, he is the Joker, so.
Some people really like Corvette Summer.
I mean, he's also Cockknocker, so.
Cockknocker.
I just love that I was able to pull an obscure fucking Mark Hamill.
I'm proud of you.
Naki, who was he again?
Cockknocker.
Cockknocker.
What was the reference you made, Bachman?
Corvette Summer. It's a movie he did back in the 80s.
Oh, I was just going to go with he was awesome as that detective in The Guyver.
He was also.
Oh, wow. Yeah, The Guyver.
Oh, I love that movie.
He was also in The First Kingsman.
That's true. He was. Yeah. He was the professor in The First Kingsman. Following up, Entertainment Weekly's Anthony Bresnikin, I probably screwed that up, my apology, paid tribute to Carrie Fisher, and he originally said, "Don't worry, despite a few surface similarities, The Last Jedi has a radically different structure from Empire Strikes Back and every other Star Wars movie." I wanted to bring that up because that was one concern everyone had is, well, Force Awakens felt like Episode 4. Well, it doesn't seem they followed that. And he also followed up and said, "You may not always feel how you want to feel, but the feelings will be genuine and deep, and I'm grateful for them, especially when it comes to Carrie Fisher."
I'm going to cry a lot. I'm just letting everybody know that now.
I have
emotions, but I'm probably going to cry a lot with Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, I think that's going to get to a lot of people.
Well, I think it's going to depend slightly on if they really end her character in this movie or if it's something that we don't find out what happens till the next movie.
Well, they did not reshoot anything to change her fate in this movie.
Yeah, so we don't know yet, right?
They try to make us think in the trailers they're going to kill General Leia. I really doubt that's the case. Some of the other stuff I'd read on Twitter was that, if you think you know anything about this movie, having seen the trailers, they didn't give away anything.
Well, that's good.
And that's how trailers are supposed to be.
Well, yes. That's exactly how they're supposed to be, but it doesn't always pay off that way. So the basic takeaway here is if you go to our show notes, there's two different links there. Most of the comments coming out of Star Wars The Last Jedi are positive. Let's also keep in mind, though, most of the people who went to the premiere are probably Star Wars fans. So might be a little biased. But regardless, it sounds like it's going to be a good movie, an exciting movie, and it's the longest Star Wars movie, clocking in at 2.5 hours. So it's going to be an experience.
Wow.
So I'm not going to get home till 11:30 Thursday night.
Yep. Oh, boo-hoo.
Okay, I have to be
Old
up
lady
at
Naki.
4. So fuck off.
Up at 4? What?
Yeah, we have work. I have to be up for work.
You could have got your tickets for Friday, but no.
No, we have to go on Thursday. No spoilers in this house.
That's a fair point.
Miss, who didn't see Thor till how long?
Yeah, but that's different. It's not Star Wars.
Wait, have you seen Justice League yet?
No, fuck
She's
that
not
movie.
going to. We already know that.
I know, but I wanted to ask.
And I do want to say, Naki, you are the most important person on this podcast to me. You're the very
Aw.
moist person on this podcast.
What does that even mean?
I did put on moisturizer this morning, I guess.
See, I had a way I was going,
No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
did
You
you?
just hoped that some shit came together and made it work.
and it did.
Better lucky than good, right?
Hey, I'm much more better. I much rather prefer to be lucky than skilled any day.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Just like my body.
Well, Willie, since you want to talk about your body, why don't you talk about some other stuff like the Video Game Awards?
Well, I mean, you know who was there, don't you?
Who was there, Willie?
Good old Reggie. And you know what his body is? His body is ready. Man, get on some memes, you motherfuckers.
I know memes. I'm trying not
I
to.
know that meme, and I don't care about it.
I don't know or care. So
Wow.
All
There you
right,
go.
I have a whole list of stuff I written down while I was going. Let's just start off with some trailers they showed off. There's a sequel for Job Simulator, the VR game that was most excellent, as Bill and Ted would say. It's called Vacation Simulator. I don't even know what the fuck you're going to be doing, but I'm going to be enjoying it.
My guess is vacationing.
Yep.
I hope so, because Job Simulator is definitely in the top 3 of VR games. Just for how fun it is. And also, I think at PSX, I think Friday, they announced that Rick and Morty VR is coming to the PlayStation VR in 2018.
Is Rick and Morty VR, is that on Steam right now?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay.
It's made by the same people who did Job Simulator.
Okay.
Owlicity, I think it is.
So are you going to be
sounds-
buying the Rick and Morty one when it comes, Willie?
More than likely. And then speaking of more of that, there's another VR game coming called Smith & Smitherson Accounting Plus. Tim Rowland is going to be having a big voiceover in it, and it comes out in VR December 19th.
Justin Roiland will no longer be at C2E2. Thank you for reminding me. In case anybody was paying attention to that. Anyways, sorry, didn't mean to derail you.
Oh, you're good.
I'm
You
gonna
are
go back to my
okay.
knitting now.
No, go ahead and interrupt me anytime. Then they had an orchestra play, and then there's some that caught my eye. That electric cello, I think it was. It doesn't have the whole body. It's like just the strings and I think it's a cello.
Yeah, it's the electric cello.
Oh my god, the player of that. Oh my god, that caught my eye quite a bit.
Did you wish your hand was working correctly?
You goddamn right. But now let's get into some of the nominees and winners, or just the winners. Fuck the nominees. Best narrative they had a category for. The winner was What Remains of Edith Finch. Never played it, but I think I've seen a little bit of gameplay. It looks like one of those classic kind of choose your own adventure type things, kind of like Until Dawn or the Telltale games.
Mm.
And I can say the guy that came up to accepted him and the girl, they were dressed like kind of like 1920s fashion, and that top hat he was wearing was on point.
Were you jealous of his top hat?
You goddamn right.
We can get you a
And
top
then,
hat for Christmas.
I can make
And
you
then,
one.
oh my god, you guys are making this the best year ever. And then best action game came up next, and you know who was presenting this award? Or
Me? Was
no,
it me?
it was
was
the next. There's Mr. Shazam himself, Zachary Levi.
Oh,
cool.
I thought you were meaning Shazam as in Shaquille O'Neal.
No.
no, he
That's
means
Kazam.
Fandral.
That's Kazam. Get it right. And
Shazam.
but he actually stole the best joke of the whole night, because he was like, and the winner is like, oh wait, I can't open it. It's behind a microtransaction. He pulls out his literal credit card and pops open the thing.
Nice.
That's pretty fantastic.
And
He's
the
a
award
funny
for,
motherfucker.
oh yeah, and the winner for best action game is Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
It's a fun game.
Then we're on to next to the best art direction. The winner of that was Cuphead, which is also nominated for 5 awards.
I mean, Cuphead was fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, it was. Even though I can't play it, it looks like a fun game. Looks like I wouldn't even really enjoy it because it's not my type of game. But I wouldn't mind trying it. But
Why can't
still
you
looks
play
like a great
it?
game. That whole run and gun, like boom, 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 like the old NES type style. It's not fun for me personally. It's not for me. Not that
Gotcha.
it's not for everyone.
I think a lot of it was just that everybody was so impressed that they hand drew that whole game. It's fucking crazy.
And there was another world premiere. They showed off Soul Calibur 6, which comes out in 2018. It looks pretty good.
Dang, Soul Calibur.
If you're into fighting games, yeah, it looks really
Soul
good.
Calibur. Soul
The
Calibur
more
is a
the,
fun one.
Oh yeah, they're very button pusher friendly too.
Yeah, mashing times.
And then we're on to the best debut indie game. Another winner for Cuphead.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then the best ongoing game. The winner for that one is Overwatch. Woohoo! They when they announced all the nominees for that, definitely Overwatch got the loudest applause by far.
Oh, it was
like,
totally going to be that. As much as people like PUBG, it's not going to outdo Overwatch on that.
oh yeah, it is established. Probably going to win another award next year for same thing.
Yeah, it's quite
Probably.
possible.
And then we're on to the another trailer, but it got one of my awards. Best what the fuck game trailer ever. Death Stranding. I have no fucking idea what the hell that
Me neither.
trailer is about.
It confused the hell out of me.
Was that the one with Norman Reedus?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And but also made by Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro.
It has my interest. I just don't know what the fuck I watched.
Exactly. I was like, can someone please just give me some bit of information about it? Just give me a trailer that makes sense. Like, this is because of this, and blah is because of blah, and doop-a-dop-a-dee, and I'm good. Let's go. The best performance, for like, actual having an actual performer acting. Hellblade won. This game I don't know much about personally. Any of you guys know anything about Hellblade?
I don't know.
Nope.
I know I've seen it, like trailer for it. Because I remember that the person with the face with the blue and everything. The most astounding thing I think I saw was like I forget what the actress is. I forget what her job was in the company, but she wasn't an actual actor. They just asked her to do this, and she said okay. So she wasn't formally trained or anything, and she just won an award.
I remember seeing her win now. Yeah, that was like the first acting she'd ever done.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And she came up and like what she was wearing was like a tracksuit, but had like little balls on it, like the motion capture ones, but not like a bunch of them, just like 6 of them down. I thought it was hilarious. That was perfect.
Okay, going back a sec to the Kojima game, Sailor Poland has it right. All you need to know is Kojima. Expecting sense from him is wasted effort.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And also a game anytime soon. Don't expect that before 2020.
Yeah, I know, right?
And that might be even a stretch. Don't worry, there's only 2 more categories I have written down here. Best game direction went to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Woo!
Yeah, makes sense.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. And I've also heard a lot of bad things about it. I've heard boyfriends swear it a lot.
Oh yeah, you'll swear at that game because it puts you in impossible situations sometimes where like all of your weapons are broken. You're like, well, I guess I'm going to die.
Yes, because everyone
Yay.
likes breaking weapons.
Yeah, it's like I've said in that game before. I really hope they don't follow that exact same formula for all the Zelda games going forward because while I like the open world concept and things, it got kind of old, the fact that, okay, I need to go hunt down some good weapons again. Let me go wander around the world trying to find good weapons because I can't use the Master Sword all the time.
Yep. And then before we get to the Game of the Year award, the orchestra came back. And that cello player came back. And my heart is hers. But wait! There's a violinist there, and she's also trying to win my love, too. I guess I'll take both of them. Why not?
How nice of you.
Red-headed violinist.
Was it Lindsay Sterling?
Is that the name of a popular violinist?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
Lindsay Sterling is freaking adorable.
Well, here's how we can settle this. Does she have big boobs?
No, she's like a pixie. She's a pixie.
then it probably wasn't her.
Okay.
Now we're on to the game of the year.
Oh, place your bets. I already know what it is, so I won't be betting. Naki, Anthony, what do you think is game of the year?
Splatoon 2.
Not even nominated.
My guess is Legend of Zelda.
Well, the game of the year is the Xbox first party game. Oh, whoops. They weren't nominated for anything. My bad. It was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Woo, won that one. Suck on it, Bachman.
Yeah, there was no Xbox games up there.
It should have been Splatoon.
What? No, it should have been.
Splatoon's
anything
a fun
Horizon
game,
Zero
but it is
Dawn.
not that. Horizon Zero
Yeah.
Dawn, I think, had a good chance. Should have probably won it. But here's the fact of the matter. It's the first Zelda game in years. It was amazing. It was a system seller for the Switch. We
Whoa.
all knew it was going to win.
Years? Didn't the Link Between Two Worlds, how long ago did that come out?
First non-DS Zelda game. Let me rephrase.
Oh, okay.
There's a
Major
difference,
console
but there's a
game.
difference.
Well, of course, there's gonna be years between those anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, because the last one that came out was... Oh, I should know
Skyward
this.
Sword.
Skyward Sword, I think. I think it was.
Yeah. How do I know this more?
Because I didn't have a Wii U, so I didn't care.
I mean, even if you had a Wii U, you didn't care. So
Hey, and the chat room approved of Willie's question. I see, does she have big tits? LMAO.
Nice. I honestly can't remember the last Zelda game I played.
I attempted to replay Ocarina of Time and threw my DS, so that worked out well.
That's one of the best of all time. So,
No,
Hold on
it's
a second,
not.
would you-
That game's terrible.
That
Did you
might have been the last one I
literally-
played on 64.
But I'm still saying Horizon
Fuck
Zero
that.
Dawn should have won anyway. It was the better version of Breath of the Wild. Your weapons.
You mean
didn't fucking
Turok
break.
Transformer Hunter?
Does that not sound like something you would enjoy?
It does sound
Well, I
like
haven't
something.
bought it or played it, so I would say no.
It has a strong female protagonist.
Oh, Bayonetta 3 was
Could-
announced?
Bayonetta 3 was announced.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Life Utaku mentioned that in there. They also announced that Bayonetta 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch. And then Bayonetta 3, I think it just said 2018. I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
care,
we're
so
gonna
I
have
didn't
to
write
get
that
a
down.
Yeah, I figured
Sorry.
Willie didn't care, so that's why he didn't write it down.
I mean,
That
she
was,
doesn't have big
that's-
boobs, but
That's gun boobs, right? Isn't that Bayonetta's gun boobs?
yeah, her clothes are her hair apparently, from what I remember.
Yeah.
I never played any of them.
They're fun. They're actually pretty fun.
I was
Um,
thinking about when I heard Bayonetta 2 was announced, but then wait, it's coming out only for the Wii U? What the fuck is? Wait, so this ultra sexualized, ultra violent game is coming out only for the Wii U?
Yep.
The hell is? Okay, whatever. I'm done with these.
It was a move to try and sell consoles to a different demographic than we're buying them, and
Did it
didn't-
work?
It didn't work. I don't. Oh, well, I think it's fair to say it didn't work at all. I mean, look at the sales for the Wii U compared to the Switch now. The Switch has proven you can put different kinds of games on there besides kid-centric or Nintendo first-party games, and people are going to buy them. Say what you want about Doom on the Switch, how it compares to on the other consoles. The fact of the matter is that it's there now. It's a big deal to many people.
What was the other game that came out for the Switch? There was another one. People were like, you can't compare those two.
I don't know.
Keep on going. I'll think of it. I'll yell it out when I think of it.
Yeah, Draftsman's right. Those kids are growing up fast nowadays too. So I mean, that's the other thing to consider is people that have been on the Nintendo side for a while. They're growing up and now they're getting more adult games on the Nintendo console. I mean, aren't they bringing Wolfenstein and stuff to it too?
And they're all, no, let's also not forget they already brought a 6-year-old game that can run okay on it.
Oh, L.A. Noir.
Skyrim.
Oh,
Skyrim.
I thought you were talking about L.A. Noir. My bad.
Oh, yeah, they're also bringing that. They're trying to.
Well, they
It's
brought
gonna be-
L.A. Noir to everything though. Let's be fair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but then they're also. It's back in the days of like you got your console. You also need a memory card too, because you're not going to be able to play this game without it.
Well, that's a separate issue with those things.
God, I thought those days were long gone.
Well, that's a fair criticism of the Switch. Wait for Switch Gen 2. I bet it has bigger internal storage versus be like, just buy a big memory card. No, I don't want to do that.
And I'm sorry, Sailor Poland, but they're not going to bring back Conquer because Microsoft has Rare doing dumb shit nowadays.
Sea of Thieves looks pretty cool, actually.
Dumb shit nowadays.
Really? A pirate game has you saying dumb shit.
Does it look
it's
that
Willie.
good?
Wow.
It's Willie.
I've signed up for the beta, so I'll get to play it at some point. I'll let you know if it's good.
And then I'll let you say it's some dumb shit. It's very unmoist. I'll let you say that.
You're on the ocean. How is it unmoist?
That's the biggest problem.
In fact, you're in the water half the time, so you would think that you are then moist.
It's seawater though. How moist can it be? You can't take nutrients from it.
Really?
That might be the worst argument of anything ever.
Really?
I'm just gonna let it go.
No, it's Willie.
I'm gonna let him have it, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, Naki, what's your news this week?"
I just finished another hat.
That's your news of the week. I love it. Is that my hat?
No, it's too small for your head. It's a baby hat.
The baby's got a big ass head.
Well, I mean, child hat, whatever.
It looks like it could fit you.
No, it's just rim wise, yes, but I mean.
So you're saying it's just a rim job for a kid?
Oh my God! Why did I make that? Why did I say that?
Yeah, you chose the wrong word, Naki.
I chose the wrong words.
That's very unmoist to you, Naki.
You
Oh,
have
Jesus
chosen
Christ.
poorly.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Alan Tudyk, that's
He's gonna
hilarious.
sit this one out.
Anyways, so shit. My life.
Thank you, Cheeseco. Or Chesco.
Fuck.
God
damn.
Do you need something to break up the awkwardness?
Spiderverse. It's what I was gonna talk about. Fuck you, Willie. I hate you so much.
You're welcome. Da-da-da-da-da.
So Spiderverse is coming in a 3D animated film. Not just Miles Morales. Anthony was kind enough to send this along to me because I have not been home for like 3 days now, so I have no idea what's going on.
So, what about Peter Parker?
Who gives a shit about Peter Parker?
Whoa.
In the trailer, the only thing you know about Peter Parker is that in Miles' universe, Peter Parker is dead because you see
Oh, so
Miles
it's
standing at his grave.
So it's more. So it's gonna be based on like the Ultimate Comics then.
Yeah,
Yes.
at least it's going to start in the
Okay.
Ultimate Universe world that Miles was originally from.
See, if
the
I
looks
knew
of
that,
things.
if someone explained their news of the week, I wouldn't have been dumbass and asked a stupid ass question.
Are you sure
Maybe you
about
should
that?
go. Maybe you should go watch the trailer yourself and then ask your dumb ass questions.
I was just to be fair, I literally watched the trailer during the pre-show because that's how on top of things I am right now. Like I said, fucking holidays, man, they're killing me.
Because we professional and shit.
Well, I mean,
'Cause we're professional
This
and
is a
shit.
more fun news story. Like, I kind of wanted to talk about the Patreon mess, but I don't want to talk about the Patreon mess at the same time.
No
because
one
the
really
creators
wants to
getting
talk about
screwed.
the Patreon mess because holy shit is that
Especially
fucking people over.
Patreon.
I actually have no idea what you're talking about, but we'll talk about that next time or in the post. So
Or not at all.
in the post show,
just never.
so catch me up at least a little bit.
Yeah, Patreon. That was a thing.
This is it no
So-
longer a thing?
It's a thing, but they could have potentially screwed the golden goose, for lack of a better term.
Okay,
But
okay.
Let's
We'll
talk
talk
about
about
it.
that.
Let's talk about the more exciting thing, which is, hey, we're getting another Spider-Man movie, but it's not quite what you think next year.
Yeah, so it's animated, 3D animated, and it will be starring Miles Morales. So, that is exciting to me.
Yay.
I fucking love Miles Morales. And so when Anthony was like, so this morning I was like, I need to find news of the week, and Anthony's like, Spider-Verse. I was like, what the fuck is Spider-Verse? Because that's the kind of morning I'm having. And then he sent it to me, and I'm like, okay, this is fucking cool. So it's Miles Morales and shit. Yeah, I'm doing great, guys. Anthony, take it away.
Anthony, your
Well,
news of the week is
yeah.
the Spider-Verse.
Well, they don't actually show any other characters besides Miles for sure. They show him
Yeah.
talking to somebody, but we don't know who it is, and it's somebody that's explaining to him that there are other Spider-Man throughout the multiverse. And so it'll be a take off of the Spider-Verse comics from Marvel, where basically we found out there was I don't know if they'll do the same villain, but there was a villain family that were kind of vampires that ate superheroes that were animal totems, and that's how they lived forever. For some odd reason, that gave them, like, they were able to take life force from every version of Spider-Man in all the different multiverses, and so this family would hunt and kill them. And so in the comics, all the Spider-Man got together and formed a team and started basically fighting back against this family. And so in one comic, it was awesome because you had Peter Parker Spider-Man, you had Superior Spider-Man, Doc Ock Spider-Man, you had Miles Morales Spider-Man, you had Scarlet Spider Ben Reilly, you had Gwen Stacy Spider-Gwen, you had fucking Spider-Ham running around with them. You had Peter Pavakar, the Indian Spider-Man. Just every different version. There was one that was a female, that was a steampunk Victorian era Spider-Woman. There was one from a alternate Japanese manga type universe with a giant mech, where the Spider-Man was actually like a 600-foot tall robot, and it was all of them on one team fighting against these basically vampires, and it was really cool. And and of course the thing that I'm most excited about is that more than likely we'll get another version of Spider-Man 2099, my favorite non-Peter Parker Spider-Man, because he was the first mixed ethnicity Spider-Man, because he was half Irish and half Spanish from the 2099 era, Miguel O'Hara, who was still what I consider the coolest alternate Spider-Man costume ever, his Death's Head Halloween costume. It's just a fucking cool design. But yeah, I want more Mickey.
All right, I just watched the trailer.
Yeah, and a whole lot of people are flipping out about the look of it. And honestly, it doesn't look like the Ultimate Spider-Man universe. What it really looks like is they took the influence from, is it Robbie Rodriguez? No, I can't remember the guy's name, but the co-creators, Jason Latour, and I can't think of the artist's name. I think it's Robbie Rodriguez. But they did the Spider-Gwen world to where it was all neon and lots of artwork based on graffiti, really hard angles and stuff. And the look of the Miles world that he's in the trailer looks like it's really influenced by the look of the Spider-Gwen universe from the comics. So I think that's where they got the visual influence.
Yeah, that all looks good. Like the city, the whole neon. I like that. But the way the characters move, is it supposed to look kind of jaggedy?
I kind of like it. It does. It's
looks unfinished to me.
Well, it might not be a completely finished product though, too. I mean, it is just the trailer.
I hope
so. But I liked the way that it kind of reminded me of A Scanner Darkly a little. And
I could see that.
Yeah, because people were saying it looked kind of like CGI stop motion, like a mix of stop motion animation but done in a computer.
I really liked the animation from A Scanner Darkly. So, I mean, it didn't bother me. I think it's a cool concept. And especially if they did do something like that, like, I'm totally down. But, I don't know. Does anybody else like A Scanner Darkly?
I remember watching it being kind of bored. I did like
the animation of it was really cool, but the actual movie.
You got Keanu Reeves. You had
it was a bit crazy, but it was fun.
Woody Harrelson. Who's the other guy? I can't remember. It's been a long time. But can we also talk about another trailer right quick that came out? Jurassic Park: Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, I still haven't watched that.
Anyone else see it?
Nope.
I did, but I haven't seen the movie that preceded it, so I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Oh, you didn't?
Wait,
see
you're
Jurassic
the one
World?
person that didn't see Jurassic World?
It's sitting on my DVD shelf. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
I mean,
you own it and you haven't watched it?
Yeah. I picked it up at Black Friday last year for $5. I just didn't get around to it.
It's worth a watch. I think a lot of people loved it a lot more than I did. Just because it just seemed it didn't feel like a complete movie to me, I guess.
I enjoyed Star-Lord Raptor Hunter.
It seemed the beginning.
He wasn't a raptor hunter. He was a raptor helper.
Whatever.
He was a raptor whisperer.
Yeah, there you go. Naki, fix your joke.
Raptor whisper. No, I can't say that. Raptor whisper.
I mean, it was fine. It was a good popcorn movie.
Oh yeah.
Definitely still love the original Jurassic Park.
I guess since no one's seen it, never mind. Let's move on.
I watched it. I just didn't know if I cared.
You don't have the context to tell us anything.
That's fair.
But
that's fair.
Are you excited for the new Jurassic World? park, Willie?
I mean, it looks like it's going to be another same type of movie where it's just going to be fun popcorn movie,
That's all it needs
and
to be.
I'm okay with that.
That's the Jurassic Park movies, though. It's the experience. It's not necessarily the
Except
story.
for 3. Except for 3.
The important
Holy
thing
shit.
is they're bringing back Jeff Goldblum in this new one. So there's
That is correct.
And he
As
gets to go full
as it
Goldblum.
should be.
Everything's
I
better with
honest-
Goldblum.
I was gonna say honestly, everything is better with Goldblum. So
See, we're not wrong there. Well, let's wrap up our news then. Anthony, what do you got for us?
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on one second. Even Independence Day Resurgence?
Oh, that's such a garbage movie.
I never saw it.
I watched it on
never saw
HBO and I was like, ugh.
But it has
why
Jeff
waste my time?
Goldblum in it. And everything's
Yes.
better with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah,
He
it
It
would
was
made
have
it
been.
probably
better.
the best part of it.
Yeah, exactly. It
Yep.
would have been completely unwatchable without Goldblum.
But apparently it wasn't watchable to Naki. She didn't even watch it.
That
It was
doesn't mean
watchable.
anything. I don't see most movies.
That's
I'm
a
bad
fair
at
point.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to go see Star Wars on opening day.
Well, yeah.
It's fucking Star Wars. I have a Star Wars tattoo. I can't say that about Thor.
You could get a Thor tattoo.
I could. Maybe I'll get Jeff Goldblum's character.
You get a tattoo of
Get
Mew
a-
Mew.
Grandmaster tattoo.
Yeah, I'll get a Grandmaster tattoo.
Nice.
I like this plan. I like it a lot.
I'll live stream it if I do it, guys.
But you know what else I also like, guys? The fact that Disney's trying to buy 20th Century Fox.
I don't know if I like that.
or at least buy part of it. I actually pulled up the article from Forbes because I mean, there's been lots of articles about this, the potential of this deal, and the pros and cons of all the different stuff. The Forbes article really goes in depth on what parts they would own, what parts they wouldn't. Like they would basically be buying the TV and film rights mostly. Disney wouldn't be buying the news network or the main channels, but they would own the affiliate stuff. So like FX, FXX, however they do that.
We'll lose Archer.
So it would be,
Archer's already wrapping, though, because didn't they say they
that's
only have one
true.
season left?
That's true. They wanted to end it. They didn't want it to keep going.
yeah. So I mean, it's going to be something to where if it does go through, you're looking at whatever the new Disney streaming service would be. Would more than likely they would be taking basically Hulu and changing it to the Disney streaming service. So you would end up having basically Disney versus Netflix versus Amazon would be like the three big streaming services at that point. Of course, the upside for all comic book fans is we would get a complete MCU finally. We would have the Avengers with the Fantastic Four, with the X-Men, and the Sony produced Spider-Man films, but it would all be under Disney's banner. So they would actually control all their characters again, which, for me, that is the biggest upside. Letting Marvel actually own their IPs again would be the best part of it, because for every Deadpool, we had to go through 5 X-Men films. So
Do you think that was the driving factor?
no, I think the driving factor is catalog for the Disney streaming service.
That's exactly what I think.
Buying Fox gives them The Simpsons.
That's
That
true.
is 28 seasons of one show. That
Really,
alone
But
will
really,
get
only
people,
people will watch the first 10 seasons.
Also
still,
fair.
that alone, that one title would get people to pick up their streaming service, because The Simpsons has that many fans because they've been going for 28 fucking years.
That's true.
I mean, it's the streaming service catalog, I think, is what Disney's really going for as a business entity. It just has the upside of also giving, their little toy department, Marvel, their IPs back. I don't think that's what's driving Disney's decision for the moneymakers. They know that if they buy all these titles from Fox, and it's also it's the mix of genres. Like look at the stuff they did with when they were able to put Star Wars and the Marvel toys together into a video game. That video game itself did not do well, but the toys sold fairly well just because people wanted to, put those toys together in the same sandbox. Now, if you add,
We have
the X-Men to the Blue Cats from Avatar to the Aliens to the X-Files to the Simpsons all into one video game now that Disney can sell, holy shit.
that would be
like,
a crazy sandbox.
That is a giant, crazy sandbox. Yeah, and they literally would. They would have the largest IP catalog of any company in the world. I mean, Marvel alone has over 20,000 individual IP characters. This would lock down Disney as having the biggest IP catalog ever.
And think of all the stuff they can stream on that service then. And then it becomes a legitimate competitor to Netflix versus those of us that laughed and went, okay, Disney's going to do a streaming service. It's going to have Star Wars and Marvel on it. Well, now it's going to have Aliens and Always Sunny and Simpsons and all sorts of other stuff on it if the deal goes through.
Yep.
Yeah, if it goes through, yeah. I mean, this honestly does. If they get all of that added into that streaming catalog along with the Marvel films and everything going forward with all the Disney products, that makes it something I might actually pick up now. Which before there was no way I would pay for that streaming service, but now, the possibility of them having all of these titles added into what Disney already owns, that makes it something I would rather pay for than Amazon. Like, I think there'd be more stuff on this I would watch.
Yeah, and the fanboy in me is also kind of looking forward to the fact that, hey, Doctor Doom could get done right now. You could do the Fantastic Four properly.
Yeah.
You could do something with the X-Men. Because remember, one comment that Hugh Jackman made, half in jest, there's actually a possibility of it now. He said about the only way he'd come back to do Wolverine again is if he could be in a movie with Captain America and all of those other guys. Well, if this acquisition comes through, technically it's possible he could be in a movie with the rest of those guys. Do I think it's going to happen? No, because if you're going to bring in Wolverine, you want to find your new Wolverine and bring him in there and start things off on wager.
I was
If there's
gonna say,
It's unlikely, but it's possible.
I mean,
if
he'd
there's
also, by the time everything went through and everything, and they got it written in, he'd be probably too old to do it.
If he shows up in Avengers 4, that's a year and a half away.
That's true.
That
Yeah.
was the joke, was that he shows up in Avengers 4 and the 4 in the logo is the Fantastic Four logo too.
If I know anything about Doctor Doom, he can make Latveria great again.
Oh, shut up, Willie. But I mean, yeah, there's time to do it. There's time to get Hugh Jackman in there. And then if they end up using that as the launch point for the new Marvel universe, like they could perfectly line this up to, this is when we fire all the actors that cost us too much money now. And we relaunch with a new Iron Man, a new Captain America, a new Thor. You could get, you have your cameo by Wolverine in an Avengers film. And then the Avengers universe gets destroyed by Thanos. Everything gets restarted. And we have the brand new Marvel MCU going into, what is it? It would be phase 5 or whatever. Like, it could line up perfectly that at the launch of phase 5, you now have a MCU that contains Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, all the X characters, and the Avengers, and everybody else. And they have no limitations on who's in what story at that point. They could cross over everything that Marvel ever had. Like, that's insane.
Except Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's Sony,
But
right?
no, because Sony still owns the right, but Marvel has full control of the character.
Only through the second movie in the Homecoming trilogy, I believe. The third one, it all goes back to Sony.
Yeah. The money that Sony's making, they're not going to tell Marvel no.
I wager you're
Basically,
right.
Yeah, at this point, Sony is the producer on the Spider-Man films, and they are made by the MCU Marvel Studios. So Marvel will make the Spider-Man films, and Sony just gets producer credits, but they get all the money.
Yeah, that's
Which
fair.
Marvel doesn't care because Marvel has Disney money now. They don't need Spider-Man money, but they want the character to put in Avengers so that you can get the Iron Spider in the Avengers Infinity War trailer and make motherfuckers go, oh shit, he got the Iron Spider suit on?
Regardless of what... So we talked about this, like a month ago, and it seemed like it wasn't going to happen. It seems like all signs are now that this deal is all but official. They're just trying to wait it out to put the official notice out there. So could be sometime in the next few weeks we start hearing something for real.
And there's federal regulations that they have to deal with too, because there's laws about buying news organizations when you already own one, which is why, because Disney owns ABC and ABC News, they cannot own Fox News.
Yeah, they were talking about keeping that aspect of it separate. That would not be coming over. This is like the film and TV side of it, and then the news division there gets folded in with other stuff. I can't remember what I'd read in the articles, but it pretty much is taking away all of the entertainment out of it.
Yeah, which the Forbes article said the scariest thing would be is that basically the Fox News branch would have more money and less oversight, and so Fox News might get even crazier, which I'm not sure how that's fucking possible, but I guess it could happen. But it's one of those things where because of the size, because some people are freaking out like this is going to be a monopoly. they will have a larger market share, but it's still not a monopoly. Time Warner still exists, and Time Warner still has more money than anybody. Paramount and all those other studios, Lionsgate, like they won't be knocking down Disney's door, but those studios aren't going away as long as they keep making good films. Like they'll still be around.
Well, this is another case of the rich get richer, though, because look at the successful movies in the box office. We've been in a down year, and they've put out less movies than most of these other groups, but they've made the most money, it seems like. Now, granted, part of that's because they have Thor and Star Wars and Pixar.
And Time Warner put out Justice League.
Yeah, I don't think it's terrible. It's okay.
I thought y'all liked Justice League.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
See?
It should have been a lot better.
Only
exactly.
Okay.
As I said, done right, Batman versus Superman should have made $3 billion. It didn't even make $1 billion. They're doing it wrong. But yeah, this would guarantee that basically going forward, Disney would own 25% market share of the entire movie industry every year, basically no matter what. Like they would take a quarter of the box office, whatever the box office is, or more.
So basically anything that we watch like regularly is going to be owned by Disney.
The majority of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're building towards, it seems like.
Cool. I'm just going to give him my wallet. Just be like, here you go. Okay, bye. Give me all the things.
You have a wallet to give them?
Wait, no, I take that back. I do, because you know what? My wallet is motherfucking Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Are you saying you killed Stitch and made a wallet out of the flesh?
Yeah,
Yes.
She has a 626 leather wallet. It's blue.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Correct.
That would be badass. You
That's
I
hardcore.
killed an unkillable little monster and turned him into a fucking wallet. Don't mess with me.
Fuck you, bitches.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Still my favorite little monster. But anyway,
Yeah.
It's not Howie Mandel.
Oh,
can we
deep
just fire Willie?
Willie's the sex appeal. That's how we get.
That's
Yeah.
true. Willie is the sex appeal.
Willie's the sex appeal of the show. But we can wrap up the news of the week and almost the show. But before we start wrapping up the show, a friendly reminder that the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast is in fact part of a network of shows that you can find over at GonnaGeek.com. There's 20 plus different shows on the network that cover a variety of topics. We have shows that are specific as, say, certain television shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Arrow and The Flash. Other things that cover general geek culture. But each week we try to highlight one specific show, give you guys a little taste of it and say, hey, maybe you should check that out. So, Willie, what show are we talking about this week?
This week, I'm talking about the Super Geeky Playdate, number 62, the top 5 WWF moments. Tad Galusha helps us conjure up long-forgotten memories of our childhood heroes. We also fight about Justice League. Like, a lot. That's all is written down. Back to you, Chris.
I was just waiting for you to say back to you because you get cranky if I don't do it that way.
You goddamn right. I get very unmoist about that.
I don't want you to be cranky about it. That's all.
Would you be moist or unmoist? Because if you get angry, don't you get sweaty? Like I know a lot of people get sweaty when they're.
I'm
angry.
using it more as a term of cool and uncool now.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's like I just need a little clarification.
I'm taking it back.
Well, kudos to you. And while Willie's taking it back, I'll remind you guys, we're at the end of the show where we do a little bit called What I'm Into. It's our chance to share with you guys who are watching live or listening at a later date just what kind of geeky and nerdy things we've been getting into so that maybe, just maybe, we can entice you into checking them out as well. So let's start with Willie D. Nelson. What have you been getting into, sir?
I've been getting to learning how to do things with just my left hand for the entire week because of this monstrosity. Other than that, oh my god, I've been catching all the way back up to Dragon Ball Super because I started watching Dragon Ball Abridged and I was like, you know what? Let me go back to this. And they're still not done with this universal tournament thing yet. I was like, I think it had to be done. So it's been like months since I stopped watching it. And it was like right before they started that damn thing. Nope. Still going on.
You know you're watching Dragon Ball, right?
Yes, I know. I had a thought and it was wrong. That's usually how it goes with my life.
Just saying, it takes a whole episode to power up, so you know.
That's how it works for me too. I just take a whole episode to power up, so the post show's even better.
And only 3/4 of us will be there for that.
That's fine.
Clearance VG Rex says that they think they're not doing any more Dragon Ball Z abridged.
Oh yeah,
tired
didn't
of
they
it.
Stopped like a long time ago.
Well, they're doing
They went all the way to the Cell Saga. I thought from what I've seen. I didn't think they did any of the Boo Saga.
yeah, I think they've been doing a lot of Final Fantasy VII abridged.
Yeah, I've been keeping watching that. Final Fantasy VII Abridged is amazing. I think they did their first season like 2 years ago, which was like the first disc, and now they're on to their second season. And the second disc, they're up to the Golden Saucer, and it is hilarious. Remember, Cloud, don't fuck up.
And yet, Sephiroth
he continues to fuck up. Oh no, not even about Sephiroth. He just fucks up.
I just like that he keeps yelling Sephiroth throughout it. But anyway,
Does he?
The dude from Final Fantasy VII.
We are talking about Final Fantasy VII Abridged.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Good job, Chris. Good
I
job.
know,
And
I know things occasionally.
And I did attempt one match of Fortnite Battle Royale 50v50. Didn't go too well.
I was gonna say, how'd that go?
Not too well with this monstrosity. I mean, I got my thumb and index finger working okay, but the reaction time is horrible. So yeah, I even got one of the most powerful weapons, and I was like, yeah, and I got shot down. I was like,
I'm glad Willie brought up the Fortnite 50v50 because I've also been playing it, not as much as I would like, but I'm glad it's a short-term thing because it's not very well balanced.
What do you mean balanced?
If you get a group of people on one side that are more experienced, they're just going to run roughshod over everyone. The matchmaking, for lack of a better term, not very balanced on it.
That's why you find friends that you play with. I mean, that's what I do.
That's true.
But are you talking about the 50v50?
The 50v50
score, this 4 squad.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's your thing. Is that all you played of it?
Yeah, I've played the other stuff. I like the battle royale stuff is fun, but I wanted to play the 50v. Yeah, I wanted to play the 50v50 because that's the limited time thing that they're only going to.
So you didn't do the solo, you didn't do duos, and you didn't the 4-man squad.
I've done 4-man squad.
Okay, have you done it with people you know?
Yeah.
You know you talk
it's
with?
Fun. It's fun that way. But I'm saying in the 50v50, there's not much balance to it. And
the best tip I can give you is be aggressive.
Yes.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Be moist.
That doesn't make any sense, but we'll go with
That's
it.
a key to go to the Moisty Mire. Go to the Moisty Mire.
Oh boy.
That's a place on the Battle Royale map. It's in the bottom right-hand side of the map. The Moisty Mire. It's your friend.
Hey, Chris, how about that local sports team?
Yeah, other thing I've been getting into because I've been pretty busy with work is yesterday I got on Netflix and saw that Craig Ferguson's new comedy special was on there. And I started watching that, and goddamn, I forgot how funny Craig Ferguson is. I've had a lot of fun with it.
I enjoy Craig Ferguson. I was sad when he was no longer doing late night.
He's got some funny jokes, and he jokes about body hair, so I'm sure Willie Nelson would like to hear about the mustaches all over Craig Ferguson's body.
Wait, what?
And he's got mustaches everywhere. You got to watch the show to understand.
That's not how body hair works. A mustache has to be above the lip to be a mustache.
You'll find out.
Classification.
You'll find out.
Mustache.
It's okay.
If you shave if I can shave everything's like a mustache shape, it's still not a mustache.
Oh my god.
I'm not because I would require to shave my awesome body hair.
Hey, so Anthony, what have you been getting into? So we can stop talking about Willie's body hair.
I'm like Samson. You can't cut this shit off.
You lost a bet a year and a half ago and
That's
had to
true.
cut it off.
You can't. I can't shave this shit off as of then.
As of then, I've been drawing because there's still Kickstarters to do, and they're never going to end. and so I will draw them forever. And I downloaded StarCraft 2, so if I ever have any time to actually play video games again, StarCraft 2 is free now. So I wanted to give that a shot because I haven't played. I don't think I've played StarCraft since I played original StarCraft in the 90s at some point. So yeah, it looks like it'll be fun at least for a little bit. So I downloaded that to my computer. At some point, maybe next year, I'll play it. What else did I do? Oh, I caught up on a couple of movies. I finally watched Atomic Blonde, which was goddamn fantastic. Charlize Theron is great doing an action movie where you actually see the person get the shit beat out of them, and like she looks like she was been in a fight and killed 8 people. And then I finally watched The Hitman's Bodyguard. It was funny. I had some good laughs in that. I get Ryan Reynolds saying that Sam Jackson completely ruined the word motherfucker. Like that whole sequence was just hilarious when he's complaining to the bartender about all the shit that Sam Jackson had done to him. That and Salma Hayek was damn hilarious in that movie. So yeah, watch some movies, watch some TV. All caught up on all the mid-season finales of all the geek shows. You know, Stephen John Drew's favorite thing. As they all went on break.
You mean my bell buddy?
Exactly. And then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was another really good episode as they're figuring out where and when and how they're stuck where they are. Like it's definitely one of those seasons where they're like, okay, what are we gonna do now? Well, let's toss them throughout space and time and see what the team does wherever they land. Like they've done some really cool shit with that show. It's insane. But poor Gemma, I feel bad for Gemma. Like she's getting tortured. That's some
does
cruel
not look
shit.
that good with that gold makeup on her forehead.
Well, I mean, none of them do, but that's the whole point, is that they all look like weird slaves. So, but yeah, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is just a damn fun show. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And the density girl that they introduced for the new episode for the gladiator combat with the rich assholes was pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it.
All right, Naki, wrap us up. What have you been getting into?
Jesus Christ. Okay, so
it's like the Spanish Inquisition.
I'm
here.
too tired to tell you all the shit I've been doing because of all the shit I've been doing.
She's been going to bed early.
No, God, I wish. I got some sleep then. So apparently I'm vitamin D deficient, so I've been taking vitamin D. This means I'm awake all the time now because it gives you so much energy, and I'm on 4,000 IUs. So that's a thing that I'm now dealing with. The other thing is, so Thursday was game night. Friday, so we played We play Mansions of Madness a lot, just because there's so many different versions of that game that we fucking love it.
Is this a board game?
It's a board game, yeah.
Remind me of this later. I want to get it.
Yep, Mansions of Madness. You can get all the expansions, and you can get an app that will do like that sets it up for you and everything. It's really cool.
When I said later, I mean like 2 seconds later.
I know, but I'm explaining for the audience. God damn, Willie, not everything's about you.
Whoa!
Isn't it?
Friday was our friends from Korea took us out for food at a Korean place in Chicago that they said it's the closest so far to actual Korean food. So we went there, and then we were going to go ice skating, but it was a little cold in Chicago, so it was surprise karaoke time. And we found this song that apparently is very big in Korea that I had never heard of, but it's an American song by a band named Steelheart called She's Gone. And it's a power ballad from the 90s. And there's like this whole, like, there's these articles on how influential this song was in Korea. And it's amazing to me. Totally, it's not even that, like, of power ballads, it's not even that great of a song. But I totally recommend you check out the song and then check out these articles about this song, because it's just amazing to me. Yesterday, boyfriend and I went and saw Rhett and Link, also known as the two from Good Mythical Morning. We saw them live. They were in Chicago we saw the earlier show. It was so good. It was so funny. We had no idea what we were getting into, because we were like YouTubers doing live shows. Like, what the shit are we going to walk into? But it was a lot of fun. And then we went to a place called Farm Bar. If you're ever in Chicago, it's a tiny little bar, but they do farm to table service, and all the food was amazing. We got these poutine fries that had pork belly and fried eggs on top of it. So good. And
Farm bar?
Farm bar, yeah.
So they milk the tequila goat?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, tequila goat is right there in the bar. You could look at it.
I was going for the bar part, so I was wondering how they get the farm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep, I got you. And then
How moist of you.
boyfriend got the chili burger, which was a burger with chili and sour cream and these pickled things and peppers and stuff like that. It was super good. I stole half of it, about half of it.
Thievery.
And yes, and I had a white fish sandwich, and that was delicious. Then we had bread pudding and so much coffee, and it was great. Apparently, my family's here. I don't know if you can hear them coming in the background, but they're here. So that's a thing.
So it's perfect time for us to start wrapping things up. But before we wrap real quick, chat room asked us, place your bets. Who's Rey's parents?
She's a Kenobi.
Kenobi?
Kenobi.
Yeah, I'll follow
Kenobi
Matt
and
Pat.
the Mandalorian chick.
All right. And who are you saying, Willie?
I'll follow Matt Pat, and he said Kenobi.
Kenobi?
No, didn't he? No, he's saying it's he's Han Solo and Princess Leia.
So
There we
she
go. I'll
and
go with
Ben
that
are
one.
brothers. So I'm gonna
Yep.
go. I'm gonna go out there. You guys took what I'd originally been thinking. I'm gonna go and throw the crazy idea out there. She is the daughter of the main character from Battlefront 2.
There you go.
How you like that for crazy?
Yes,
Oh,
let's follow Morier.
Shiva?
Yeah,
Shiva Kamini?
she's
Khan
Shiva's
Khan?
daughter.
That'd make her even cooler.
Yeah. So
Sailor
we'll
Poland says Finn and Princess Bubblegum.
Who's Princess?
Also correct.
So there are your bets for Rey's parentage. We'll probably touch on it in very briefly next week because we aren't going to try and spoil Star Wars next weekend for those that haven't seen it. But we do have to get the terms of the bet out there and clean that up. But I think that is going to wrap things up. Anyone have any final thoughts for us as we wrap things up? Anything?
A question was asked to me from Clarence Fiji Rack, and no nipple mustaches.
Did he really ask that?
He did.
I'm gonna go punch him.
He did.
Twice. Punch him twice.
Just
for
punch
me.
hard. Punch hard. And on that note, we're getting out of here. Bye, guys. And we will see you all next week
Bye.
for another episode of All Things Good and Nerdy. Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.